Hello.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a very special Friday edition of your Horns Forward podcast.
Yeah, we're a skeleton crew today.
Yep, we're running on 40%, but you know what? 40% of the time it works every time. So we're gonna have a fun evening.
For real.
I
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I got anxiety, but I'll
No,
be all
this
right.
is gonna be a fun show, man. We got a great guest. You guys know me. I'm BD. I'm gonna start it off right. I mean, this is a Friday night, so this
Friday.
is this
We
is the
don't ever
way
get
you're
to do
supposed to start
Fridays.
it. So there we
Oh,
go.
I already did mine 2-0, but I'm gonna see if I got my little Shirley Temple salute. Take a little sip. All right. Start this Friday off.
Let's do this. So we got a real good show for you today. We got a great guest. Been kind of looking forward to talking to him for a while. Uh, I guess. I mean, why not? Why bury the lead? Let's just bring him on out.
Great intro.
Let's go.
Hey, what up, y'all? What up, y'all?
Hey,
Having me.
hey, hey. It's
Yep.
RDT. Savion. How are you?
But I can't complain. Everything's going good, man.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us on a Friday. Um, we don't normally do Fridays, but we did it for you because we wanted you
Hey,
here.
That's right.
So heck yeah. Well, with that, look, we got people already here. Happy to see you
Oh yeah.
hey, I
for
appreciate
sure.
it, man.
So
So
yeah, well, go ahead.
I'll say, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody? Tell uh, who you are, where you're from, kind of what position you play, kind of just give a little background for of Savion to all the people.
Yeah, man. Name's Savion Patton. Born and raised in Coral, Texas. Went to college at Texas State. Played there. Was there 5 years. Played 4 years. Been bouncing around, trying to make this thing happen. And I end up here at the Browns. Where I love it, man.
Heck
So
yeah.
that's cool. I mean, how does it feel being from Cuero, an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road? Like we were talking before the show. My grandpa used to have some property 10 minutes away from Cuero. How does it feel playing basically at a hometown crowd?
No, it's definitely a blessing. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like the first game, I probably had like 60 people there. So cool for those people to just hop in that car, drive an hour and a half, and come support me. But then that
Yeah.
also show how much people that believe in me, and believe what we got going on over here and trying to make happen. So when I had the decision, because last year when I was a free agent, I got to actually choose where I wanted to go. So it was between Arlington and the Brahmas,
Woo.
Oh,
and
you made the right choice for sure.
Heck yeah.
made the right choice. Once I found out that Wade Phillips was a coach, I was like, hell yeah, that's where I'm going.
See, you're lucky that it's just us two here because if a few of the other hosts had heard that you had a choice between us and Arlington, they would have already had their words out there. I mean, you definitely made the right choice. I'm
I
so
mean, yeah,
glad.
we would have spent 10 minutes talking about how someone hates Arlington. So
Well, let me ask you, were you on a different team the first season?
Yeah, so I was with the Orlando Guardians. So
That's right.
I played on the Orlando team. I did really good there. I was the number one D tackle that year. In the 2022 season in the XFL. Then had opportunity to go play. Got picked up by Atlanta and played with Atlanta. Then ended up getting released with Atlanta, and that's when I became a free agent. And then had a choice between Arlington or San Antonio. So, yep.
Ooh, heck yeah. Well, I'm definitely glad that you chose us.
Oh yeah.
Um, but before we get into more football, I definitely want to get into something that I saw just recently on your Instagram. Is a little something that for Thanksgiving, your little Thanksgiving tradition. Um, y'all feed the masses. Tell me a little bit more about what this is all about for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so my great grandma started it. This was the 30th year. She started it 30 years ago.
wow.
Every Literally every Thanksgiving since time I was us doing. So we get there the day before Wednesday. It's like the prep day. We get there, we prepare all the food, get everything going. All the dudes we stay overnight. We cook all the turkeys, and the community comes together, and it's all everybody donates. So it's not like one person supplying everything. Everybody comes together and
Yeah.
support, and whoever decides to come and help, they come and help. And as I got older, my great grandma not here no more. All the people that showed me the ropes of growing up when I was 10, 11, 12 years old that showed me how to do this thing, they all passed away, to be honest. So, like, these last 4 or 5 years, it's really been me, my brothers, my dad, nephew, couple cousins and family like that. But kind of like the younger generation stepping up, make this thing keep going, but that's life, people die, people live, you know how it goes. It's sad.
Yeah.
Like when we go out there, you sitting out there chilling around the fire, cause we stay out there all night long cooking the turkeys, and you just reminisce about the days when I was my nephew's age and I had all my great uncles. My uncle was there, teaching me, and so it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm that for them now.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I know how that feels too. It's like as you get older now, like you realize, oh man, I'm auntie now. I'm the Thea. I'm the crazy Thea. Now I'm not the young one looking up to them anymore. It's the opposite. So I just thought it was such a beautiful thing when you had posted it and just seeing like the community come together. How many people do you think that you feed, or do you ever count?
Well, normally, like we're there all night long. But I know that we didn't do it in 2020 because COVID happened.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years, I think like this past year, it was around like 600 people came. Uh, and yes,
Wow.
so it's not for a certain group of people. It's for anybody that you might not have family and you might not want to be alone. So literally, like inside of there, y'all saw if y'all saw in the video late in it, I recorded like the hall the night before. So inside of there is gonna be a whole assembly line on Thanksgiving Day, and whoever wants to come in there and eat, and it's literally just free. You eat and chill, and just have fun, and and celebrate Thanksgiving with people. Because nobody wants to spend holidays alone.
Yeah.
Normally, like us guys, think about it, we've gotten there probably like 4 o'clock the day before, and we don't leave until like 9 o'clock the next morning. So we're there all night long. By the time we get done, we really go home, shower, and like really our Thanksgiving is like going to sleep and waking up and eating and then going back to sleep. So you know,
So all night, are you like slow, like over, like in the grills, or how are you cooking the brisket that takes it on, or the brisket? That's why I think it's brisket. The turkeys.
yes, turkey we're basically just smoking the turkeys. Um,
Nice.
low and slow. Let them cook themselves. We don't rush it. We just enjoy it. Have we sit back, and then yeah, man, it's super simple. Like normally, kind of got it down to a science now. We normally get them on about around 7 p.m. and just let them go. Normally get done probably like where we want them, like around 5 or 6 in the morning. Then kind of let them cool off a little bit, because you
Hmm.
debone them. So we debone everything too before we leave. The deboning process, you don't want that shit too hot when you debone it.
Yeah.
Let it cool
Yeah.
down on it, and get everything prepared for everybody else, pan and everything and separate it. And then after that, that's kind of like our job is done. We clean up the area, and then, if you want to come back, celebrate with the people. But by the time we probably get home, go to sleep and everything, it's kind of like it's already over, shit, for real.
You're out, man. Yeah, those overnight cooks are take a toll on you, man. I love how you said it, man. It's you're the older generation taught you guys, and now you guys are teaching the younger generation. I mean, that's just that's how this stuff is supposed to be. It's you guys are the ones now that are carrying the torch and train up the younger generation, and then when
Hmm.
when we're all too old to do it and we pass on, then it's their turn now. So I love that. That's how these things go. 30 years, like you said, man. That's fantastic.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
a blessing, bro. It's a blessing.
Heck yeah. Well, kind of moving on from there, I do want to talk more about like these things that you're doing off season because you've been doing a lot. I mean, I've seen you everywhere. I saw you we saw you at SeaWorld.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like at a lot of the fan things. So as a fan, we appreciate that you show
Yeah,
up
absolutely.
because you don't know how starved we are for our Brahma players. Like it's crazy. Like we're like rabid fans, no joke. Like we're like, who's gonna be there? Like so, yeah. So thank you for even just showing up to these things, because it does make us very happy. But I do want to talk about more of you and your beautiful fiance Amber have a business that you guys are just starting to launch. Tell me a little bit more about it. CAE Sports Performance.
Yeah, so State Sports Performance, and it stands for consistency, attitude, and effort. So it's actually an acronym. And those are the three pillars that we believe that make any athlete or any person great. And actually, my fiance came up with the name. So we've been trying to figure out a name for years because I've been working with kids since 2020. And I've always knew I wanted to be a coach and work with kids, just didn't know how. But then when 2020 came around, everything was shut down, and I was at Texas State, so I just came right back home, going to be close to the family. We stayed with my sister for that whole kind of like dead period, and all the kids back home, they had nothing to do. And so I'm out there, and I'm going to work out every morning on the field. But these kids, they didn't have no guidance. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what they were doing. And so it got to the point to where I had my little cousin Tyson. At that time, he was a freshman. He reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, Save, man, when you go to the field, can I come with you?" And I'm like, yeah, just be up there. I'll be up there 8 in the morning. Just show up. You can work out with me. So it got to the point to where more little cousins started coming, more little their friends. And so by the time it was probably like late April, I had probably a group of 18 kids showing up. And so it was all free. We were just giving the kids. And it got to the point to where I couldn't work out with the kids no more. I was having to work out before and then train the kids after. And so me and Amber, we just wanted to give back to the kids because we knew they had nothing going on. So we'll do like things to where we'll have like daily challenges, and whoever won that challenge would take y'all to get something to eat, take you to lunch. And so what we did every Saturday is we'll ask the kids. So we had the whole work week. So I work with the kids Monday through Saturday. Every day of the week we're out there, just having fun, getting them something to do. And then it got to the point on Saturdays we'll be like, hey, ask them on Friday, hey, what do y'all want to eat tomorrow morning? Meet us at the field. We'll move around with work, but then y'all have food after. And so whatever I remember this one time, it was like 10 in the morning. They went to churches. I'm like, bro, we
chicken?
Yeah, fried chicken. Chicken and watermelon and popsicles. So, and that, I think that sparked it for me and her. We was like, man, like seeing their eyes light up and seeing them actually want to come do something because they had somebody to believe in them. And honest to them. So since then, it's kind of been just a building thing. And then when I came back in 2022, after I got done with my pro day, and I kind of pushed it out there that I want to start working with kids, it was super slow. At that point, like I told you, for those 2 years, I didn't charge anything. I just worked with kids out the kindness of my heart. And then when I came back, I got bills to pay, so I had to charge it. And sometimes you run people off, because they want the discount, this discount, and I'm like, hey, this is my price, this is my set price. And when I first started off, you had to have some people you can work with, because at the end of the day, you got to have customers, But it came to the point to where I'm like, hey, if I want to really make this thing what it should be, I got to be stern, I got to be firm and stand on what I believe in. And then it started to take off. I had a couple parents that really started to buy in and believe into what we were preaching and seeing a change in their kids. And it's like every time I would leave to go play football and came back, it's like more people and more parents were finding out about me. And so every time I kept coming and going, I kept getting more kids. And it got to the point to where I was only training my nephews and them again. It kind of got back to the basics. My nephews and my cousins for free again in 2022 kids. And then more. And then now I got a total of 6 active collegiate athletes, softball and football. And then I have 60 kids I work with weekly.
Wow.
So it took off now. Blessing. We felt like it was a sign from God, to get this thing rolling. In my head, I'm like, hey man, football is the main thing. I'm just gonna keep it on the down low. At that point in time, it was just word of mouth. I would never reach out to parents about anything. Like parents would just tell parents like, hey, you need to get your kid to Savion, and they'll send them my number, and then boom, that's how I got a kid. It was never me searching for kids. So it got to the point to where I was sitting on the couch one day, me and Amber, and then Kerwin asked me if I wanted to do this player panel. But the problem was that we did like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. And I'm like, but this was like 2 months ago. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Because they knew we had the business we were going. And so I think that this jump started everything to like, I feel like that was a sign from God for both of us. Like, let's make this happen and let's push it, because at the end of the day, what's the point of waiting? And so that's when age got posted. She came with the logo, we came with everything, and then boom, Say Sports Performance, man.
Heck yeah.
That's
I was
awesome.
literally
So,
trying to figure out the acronym. I was like, at first I was like, Savion, Amber, something. So it works in all ways,
Yeah, it
technically.
works in always, man. I had one of my parents. So if you pay attention on the logo on Instagram, right? On Instagram, the logo, the words around it, they're what the acronym means. So that's say.a.e performance. The words around it, consistency, attitude, effort, in the circle. That's what the say means.
okay.
So yeah, I had a bunch of parents. One was like Savion and Amber Enterprises. They were trying to. Nobody. It was.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I like how this is.
It's pretty
So
fun.
for anybody who's wanting to look into that, where do they find CAE Enterprises?
Yeah, so I work with my kids in Yoakum. Real good friends with the coach there. Allows me to have full access to everything I need for the kids. I've been training kids there for about 2 years now. Really since I came back. A blessing, man. I actually played against him. He was the head coach there when I was in high school, and I also played with his son at Texas State. So we're around the same time. That's my dog. So yeah, man, train kids in Yoakum, Texas. I work with kids Monday through Thursday. About 3 hours. I do 3 groups a day, Monday through Thursday. And then if anybody has any questions or wants me to work with their kid, you can reach out, via Instagram, Facebook, both of those things that we're on right now, and just we'll get back to you. 'Cause I actually have a kid from San Antonio that I remember I had met him and his mom and his dad at my first the first meeting greet last year, a week before training camp started, that they had at the Alamo Dome. And when Wade Phillips and them were there, and that kid, came to the games, and I would see him throughout the season. And the dad actually reached out, and they're gonna come this next week. On their off week, they're gonna drive to San Antonio and come work with me a day or two. So, actually, pretty cool.
I wonder if it's Joanna.
Huh?
I wonder if it's Joanna, our friend's Joanna,
I gotta see.
and her son.
It could be, man. So my kid is crazy, bro, because when you first get rolling, you're like, man, is anybody gonna drive? Is anybody gonna come this way? But I have parents that drive.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Yeah. She
It's
said.
our homies. That's us. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
There you go.
Let's say she said she
Aaron.
posted earlier in the chat that Aaron was gonna go.
Yes, we love Aaron. He's such a good kid too. I can't wait for him to be with you.
Blessing, bro. Because I got kids. I got a parent that they drive from New Braunfels, once, sometimes even twice a week to come work with me, and that's an hour and a half from Coral, So from Yoakum. So it's crazy that it got to that point to where they believe in the work that we're doing so much that they're willing to drive. And mind you, and they come to my last group. So my last group of the day starts at 7:15, and this is during the school week. So they're driving that hour and then getting done at 8:15 and driving back to New Braunfels, and she got to go to school in the morning. So it's like for them to be like, yeah, this is the guy we want to take our daughter to, and be consistent,
Yeah.
And
That's dedication by them, and that's a testament to you and that you're doing good work. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
You mentioned talking about how you played with the guy at Texas State and stuff. You started to talk about something kind of pre-show, but I want to go back to that. You were talking about how you had previously met your new quarterback, Kellen Mond. So I want to hear the story. I know we stopped talking because I wanted to hear this fresh on the show. So I want to hear the first time you met him.
Man, it's crazy. So we played Texas A&M my junior year of college, 2019. That was the first game of the year, season opener. And you always heard about how crazy Texas A&M was. And so I never had really been to no damn college football game until I played college football. I'd only been to 1 or 2 games. Never been to an NFL game until I played in the NFL. So I never really got that experience of seeing the atmosphere that college football can actually be. Because at Texas State, I love it to death, but we don't have a crazy atmosphere. At that point, now it's different. We weren't winning, so we didn't have that. So to be the first game of the year, and then my head coach at that time, Jake Spavital, was actually used to be the quarterback coach for Texas A&M with Kyler Murray. So the next thing you know, we get there, bro, and by the time we got the pregame, I'm like, the stands damn near filled. I'm like, and so the game, and it was 100 some thousand people in that damn stand, bro, Kyle Field. And I couldn't think. I'm like, bro, this is what college football is about. Like, my blood was just going, bro. And so then I was on one. I was amped. And then, like Kellen Mond starting quarterback, I'm like, bro, I got to hit his ass today. I got to get some.
Did you?
Yeah, literally, bro. The third play of the game, either third or fourth play of the game, I'm on my left side of the defense, their right side of the O-line playing 4-eye. And then they had a busted. So at that time, matter of fact, their right guard at that time, he's literally starting now for the Texans. But he was a freshman then. He was young. And so they had a busted play. So he down blocked instead of blocking me, and so they let me free. So I literally had a free shot, and I just ran full speed, just hit Kellen Mond ass, and it was that was the first third down of the game, bro. So you could imagine how I was. Yeah, we ended up losing, but
but you got that memory. So have you talked to him at all since he signed with the team?
No, I ain't talking to him, man.
Or when you do, are you gonna be like, hey, remember when I hit your ass in that game? Just show a picture of it or something. Just be like, look, this is the first time we met.
I actually got the video and the picture, bro. That shit was live.
Oh man! Oh heck yeah! I'd love to be a fly on the wall and be like, "You remember me? Let me remind you."
Here, look. Here's what we played.
Because he's tall and he's real thin, so I can only imagine what he was thinking when he sees you coming at him. Like, oh shit!
Hey, that's just happened. He didn't see me coming. I'm coming from his. I'm coming. His eyes were already. I caught him like right at the top of his release, right when the ball was under his underpin, right in his rib cage, and then just put his ass in the
dirt. Shit. Heck yeah! Well, I do want to get now into more of Brahmas football because that's why we're here. That's why this show even exists, because crazy fans like us love the Brahmas. That we even do podcasts in the off season when you guys are doing your own businesses. We're still talking about y'all. So I think, out of the two of us, I'm the only one that went to all 10 games last season. I went to all season games.
I missed the one game in DC.
Yeah, so. The one in DC. But there was a little group of us that traveled. We call ourselves the Memphis 8 because we went to the first away game, 8 of us. Then we got dubbed the Bulls on Tour. So I do want to ask you, like, how is it seeing like those faithful to show up like at these like out of state games and seeing like your fans there? Like, how did that make you feel?
No, it's badass, bro. To look up there and see y'all, because at the end of the day, like, we love that people are supporting us and believe in what we're trying to do. At the end of the day, this is what, year 2 of this. Last year at that point in time, and to see like how hard y'all are for it to quote unquote like not have any history or like a culture, but y'all creating that culture and now go year 3. Like, I can't wait to be in the damn stadium and like be in the atmosphere. Just seeing how this build up in the off season, all the marketing, them pushing the Brahmas, and just y'all pushing this podcast and getting us in front of everybody and getting to like humanize us. At the end of the day, I always tell people, bro, I'm no better than the next man. I just get paid to play football. Like, I'm a normal guy. I don't be chilling, So it's like, I love when we do stuff like this and let people know that, bro, we're just guys that happen to be damn good at football, other than that, we just like y'all. Shit, we work a job too. We bills to pay too. We come up on hard times too. Everything ain't rainbows and sunshine. Everybody. I think it gets that false narrative to where people think that, we're just better than everybody, man. Everybody got hard times and everybody comes up on them, but now I just love how y'all travel for us and y'all there for us, man. It's definitely a blessing to look up there and see y'all in the stands every week. Have our little Brahma section. It's just live.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I feel like we were lucky enough to like meet Amber, and then even your mom hung out at our tailgate. I even gifted her our candle. She has my Prenda la Vela candle for the Brahmas. So she came and hung out with us. I think it was her and maybe your cousin. It was somebody else, but they hung out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we treated them to tailgating food and stuff. So I think that's one of the fun things that I've also like meeting y'all's family was just like another like thing that we got to enjoy besides traveling. But what you got to say,
Yeah.
BD?
And well, kind of going off that, I'll go back to what I was going to say in a second. But like you said, we could never do this with an NFL team. Like this is, we couldn't hang out with the family of, we couldn't hang out with your mom, with just players' families and stuff. Like this is just such a great environment, and it's perfect for San Antonio, just as close as the community is, as much as we are family. This is just it's fantastic to have this kind of access and just the closeness of the fans and the players family and stuff. But I want to talk about the road games. Jackie's talking about how you go up and see us. Could you hear us when you were on the field, or just because I know, especially me and SAJ, we're very loud. Let me say, and we like to talk a lot of crap to the opposing teams. But can you hear us when you're on the field, just yelling and stuff?
Oh yeah, no, definitely can hear you, especially in pregame when y'all get there early and we'll be up getting us hype, man. That should be loud.
I mean, yeah, like I'll always refer back to the Memphis game because there was just 8 of us against like their 8,000.
Yep.
And like that game will just always be memorable. Like you don't know how much crap we took from their fans. Like we were holding it down though. We did not care. We were still louder than all their 8,000. Like I bet you they just thought we were like weird. Like, man, they don't ever shut up. They don't ever sit down. And then just to
like
have that winning,
they're losing and they're still this rowdy. What is wrong with them? And then we started coming back and we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the last 10 seconds just to turn around and see all of their faces just like drop. I'm like, yeah.
Remember at the when they thought they had it in the bag? Remember they started playing whoop that trick and the whole
yes.
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 That was actually so that the post game when y'all came over, I don't know if you were part of that group, but there was a lot of them that came over, so we all started doing that, and it really pissed them off. But we're like, hey,
their fan base got a little mad.
We had final say, so.
Hey, I felt bad for them too because so after that game, right, we had a damn delay with the flight with the plane. So mind you, remember that was an early ass morning game. So we're supposed to be back at the airport, headed back home like around 3 or 4 o'clock. Man, we didn't leave the stadium. We literally sat at the stadium and they had to bring different rounds of food and drinks and everything. We stayed at the stadium till like 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night.
Oh, that's because we waited out there. We watched everyone leave and y'all had like pizzas. Because we were there with all your family and stuff. And I remember watching all of y'all were stuck there.
We were there.
Man, y'all should have just came to our B&B where we were like 5 minutes away.
Yep. we had a good old time.
They had to sit in the locker room after that L the whole time. We out here turning up and having fun.
We did. We went and had victory barbecue. Like, heck yeah. Like, I think we were all still like, we were all like in a weird, because this was a new feeling for us. Because, the previous season, I mean, you weren't there, but like, we were like losing at the last game, like where we could have made it. It was like, it was just so different being on a team that's winning. And so we're all just sitting there like eating. We're like, oh my God, we won. Like we were still just freaking out trying to eat barbecue, but
it
was a nasty barbecue too, but
it was. It wasn't Texas barbecue.
That's I felt too this last year, bro. This is my first time being on a winning team since like high school, bro. Like think about Texas State, I didn't win there. Most games I ever won with my senior year, we won 4. And then my first year with Orlando in the XFL, we won 1 game.
But y'all beat DC that one game. So
period.
Yeah, man, we could have been way better than what we were. We just weren't all on the same page. That was just the biggest problem with that team. That was it, though. To be honest.
Yeah. Talking about the Orlando, one of my favorite, funniest moments from that first season was when the first game we played, Brahmas played the Guardians. And I think it was Francois was the quarterback, and that was when they had the huddles mic'd up, and they're talking, about. And I think the offensive lineman was talking to him. He's like, "Hey, shut the f up! Shut the f up!"
Yes. Hey, I'm gonna call my boy out. It was so the old lineman he was talking to. That was my boy Zay. That was our center. Bro, that shit was so funny. We got on the bus. We all replaying that shit.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. I just, and that was one of the cool things that I liked, like the kind of all access that you get with XFL. Like, obviously, they're never going to show that for an NFL game, but
No.
it was just so fun and just natural and original, So that was just really funny. So I'm glad you kind of mentioned that. So what was your favorite moment from this past season, or even, I mean, when you were with Orlando, just something that just sticks out to you that like you're never gonna forget?
It would be definitely winning the championship. That'd be at the top of it because, like I said, I haven't won. That was my first. I haven't won a championship since Little League, bro. Like Lil Pop Warner. So like to hold up that trophy, and then to have a big play in that game, because that probably was one of my best games of the season. When that game against St. Louis, and then coming out on top, man, it meant the world to me. But I think really the biggest thing I got and the biggest compliment I got was definitely from my GM, and then also from Wade Phillips. Beginning of the season when they were trying to get me there. I remember, like I told y'all, my first time meeting Wade Phillips ever was when I went to the Alamo Dome a week before the season started for like a fan engagement thing. And I walked in there, and then I shook Wade's hand, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he said, "This is what they're supposed to look like right here," and talking about defensive linemen. And so for Wade, they had coached like multiple Hall of Famers. Like I felt like a little kid again, bro. I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna be doing something right," for him to think that of me, and then still think that of me. Like even when we went to SeaWorld, he kept calling me his All-American D tackle. So him, and then also in my opinion, not having the season I wanted last year personally, but for him to still be like, "Hey, you are who you say you are, and I know you are who you say you are." So speaks volumes of him and Bridge and those guys that and that, but it also comes to show you that's why we won, because we had those guys to push us and believe in us. Like no matter where the cards fell, they never switched up on us. It was never no change of environment, change of we got to change this. No, just let's do what we do and let's make this shit work. And that's what we're gonna come back and do the same thing this year.
Oof. That's why last year we had dubbed it revenge season, and this year we're doing payback season because we getting it back this time. It's not going to be like the last time because a lot of us, so only 3 of the ones that had went to all of the season games ended up going to the conference championship, and a lot of us were here in town and we went to a little watch party, and the crying that I did when you guys won was insane. Like the entire restaurant went wild. Like we didn't know what to do with ourselves. But I was crying. I was just so happy for you guys because just as much as I've never had a winning team. I mean, we are Cowboy fans. So I understand.
Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since I was like 14. So
since we were kids, since we were teenagers. So I felt that, like, because even like the season before, like, man, not only did my Cowboys suck, but man, my Brahmas aren't doing well. Like our first season, so I felt the same way. You're like, man, watching you guys be able to win it, and like, just watching you guys through the whole season and how hard all of you guys work. Like, I was just so freaking proud. I've never been more proud watching football before. Like, this has ruined NFL for me. Like, I have not watched any full game at all because, like, why? Like, I don't get the access that I do. I don't get the same feelings like what I've gotten here.
You're not missing anything this season, so
we still losing.
Growing up in Cuero, I mean, are you Cowboys fan? Are you Texans? Are you someone else?
So growing up, my grandpa, my mom's dad, the man that raised her, he was a diehard Cowboy fan too, and damn near all my family Cowboy fan on my mom's side, Cowboys fans. But my dad was raised in Houston. So when I was younger, I was with my grandpa a lot, so he had me rocking cowboy gear. But I never was really a fan. I didn't understand anything then. When I got older, and I Texans. Texans was my favorite team growing up. My family team. I lived in Houston for a little bit when I was younger. And then JJ Watt, bro. JJ Watt was I love JJ Watt, bro. But then when I got to about like, I remember the doctor lied to me, bro. I was in 8th grade, and I was 6 foot in 8th grade, right? I'm like, he's like, man, your growth plate's wide open. You're going to be 6'7". I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm like, I started locking in, right? I started watching JJ Watt. I'm thinking I'm going to be 6'5". You know, JJ Watt is 6'5", 290. I'm like, I'll be 6'5", bro. I'll be good. And I got stuck at 6'2", and then I was like,
he said stuck.
I got to start. I got to watch. And it's crazy because I remember when I was in 8th grade, Aaron Donald was still in high school. And so me and my dad, like, we'd be on the couch sometimes chilling when I go to his house, when I go wash clothes and stuff. We never lived together, but anyway, I go to my dad's and we'll be over there and we chopping up and talking about the game and everything like that. And so this one day we were sitting and they were playing like a reruns from a game previous. And then it was an undersized guy. And they kept talking about how small he was, and he was out here just wrecking shop on everybody. I'm like, damn, who is this? And come to find out, a couple years later, it was Aaron Donald. And I remember us watching that game with Aaron Donald whenever they played Duke, when he tackled the running back and the quarterback at the same time. And that was like the highlight that was talking about. Well, we watched that game live when I was in high school. And so ever since that point, when I was in 8th grade and I got to high school, Aaron Donald became the guy that I just study and I watch everything. I got whole folders on my phone of just AD, and I'll just be sitting on the couch and just watching them pass rush. And that's who. So Aaron Donald and John Randall really, in my older ages of football, really some of my favorite D tackles to ever play with. I mean, ever watch.
So you went from JJ Watt to Aaron Donald, man. That's a hell of a you could have picked two better guys to kind of focus your game on it and try to emulate. So that's
I don't know if you see the comments, but maybe it's your cousin Aaron Ball. He said, "Sorry, cuz you didn't get all of our height."
Yeah, it's my cousin on my dad's side. So, bro, my dad's 6'4", 6'5". My mom, I see my mom like she swears she's 5'.
She's short.
5'1". And so I got lucky. I'm in the middle, like because I'm growing up. All my dad's homeboys and his cousins, cause like my cousin Aaron, they all tall as shit. And so then they'll talk to my dad and say they thought I was gonna be a midget because when my damn torso was way longer than my legs. So and like I had like all this body and I had these little ass legs. I was gonna be a midget. But glad I did.
Grew into it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you: do you have any pregame rituals, or like maybe do you listen to certain type of music to get you in your mindset?
Man, you know what's crazy is when I was in college. I would listen to a ton of music before the game, get me going. But as I became like my last year of college, it got to the point. It's really not a pregame ritual. It's really a weekly thing. So it starts from the day I start game planning at the beginning of that week, and I start trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, what's gonna win. I just drill that shit in my room all week long. You know, even if Amber's there, she'll be my person I'm practicing on. I'm like, hey, if I get this look, I'm gonna win right here. And I was going over and over again. And then by the time we hop on that bus and we travel and we get there, do my last kind of like fine tuning, watching myself, critiquing myself, going over it, still telling myself, this is how we're gonna win, this is how we're gonna win. And it's really visualize it, you know. Half the time I dream about making plays the day before the game. I'm so in tune with the game. But by the time I get on that bus, I dress fly every game. I gotta be clean. And I wake up and I get on that bus. And by the time I walk through that threshold, I just feel like there's nobody that can block me. Because the preparation I've done, the off season, and then the week leading up to, I just feel like, and I always tell myself in my head, even if a dude block me and happen to stop me, he didn't block me, I blocked myself. It's something that I did to allow him to block me. It wasn't him that stopped me.
I like that.
And kind of mentality I take, you know, like I joke around like, cause my alter ego is like Michael Myers. So I've been a Michael Myers fan, bro, my whole life. I was in 6th grade. I've been dressing up as Michael Myers every year. And literally, even this past Halloween, I was Michael Myers. But I don't do no talking. I don't do none of that shit. When I put that helmet on, it's like him putting his mask on. I just go to work, and I let my work speak for myself. I'm not no rah-rah guy. Between them lines, I'm not gonna talk shit to you. I'm just gonna let my hands do the work, and then you'll see, you know. But that's how I kind of get it going in the week. By the time I get to that threshold and I walk in with my suitcase, I get it like, yeah, it's time to rock. Let's go.
I like that.
So how much of like Wade Phillips, be obviously the defensive mastermind that he's been like for longer than any of us have ever been alive. How does that play into your preparation of I'm going to be better than the guy right across from me? Like how to just kind of his schemes, his game plan, obviously his encouragement, what you talked about earlier. How does that play into you getting ready and saying, I'm going to beat the guy in front of me?
And the biggest thing, like I said earlier, loved about our staff, and I love about our staff is that they don't try to change you. You know, a lot of coaches try to make you fit this cookie cutter mold that they thought is what works and would work for previous guys. But you always hear him talk about the guys he coached, former guys, that they all had their different things they were good at, and they knew what they were good at, and they mastered it. You know, and I just feel like that's what he does with us. Like at the end of the day, he didn't bring us here to change us. He brought us here based off what we've done and what he's seen us do, and he wants you to do it. You know, so I know my game, and they know what they want from me, and they tell me to go do that. You know, but in my opinion, when I line up in front of a guy in front of me, I just take that mentality to where this dude is trying to stop me from feeding my family. And that's kind of how you get that. Like, you start to flip that switch. Because at the end of the day, bro, you're literally blocking me from where I got to go. And you're trying to stop me from getting to where I want to go. So when you take that on the field and you really believe in what you're telling yourself, you know, you can do a lot of shit.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like the switch in the mentality instead of going in one way or.
Oh yeah, you got to, bro. Like I joke with my fiance and them all the time, like, bro, I'm not the same person out here in the real world that I am on there. And like I'm on there. I don't. It's just, but you got to have that. You know, you gotta create that. You know, at the end of the day, we play. It's cool and all. We have fun, but it is a violent sport. You know, especially I play in the trenches. Like I'm getting double teamed, 140, 350 pound guys, 20, 30 times a game. Like if you ain't got that bite to you, you ain't. And you know, a lot of times it got to be in you. Like I tell my kids, shit, it's in me, on you. You know, it got to be in you. I can't sit here and try to. You can't put the shoulder pads on and the helmet on and think, oh, you got it. Nah, hell no. It got to be in you. It ain't on you.
Yep. Nope. That's perfect. That's perfect advice.
Yep.
Yeah. So you say you're not much of a talker when you're on the field. You know how do you react to you're playing across from the player that is a talker? You know, they're just talking trash the whole game. Just block it out, or are you kind of all right? I'm gonna get you.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Since I was in high school, college, professional level, the guys across from me really don't talk shit because they ain't beating me. Like it's hard to talk shit at somebody that's whooping your ass.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to piss them off because like shit, he gonna come at me even harder, you know. Because that's the one thing. Like in my opinion, I start fast and I finish faster, you know. And that's how I train in off season. Like I train to play a whole game, you know. Like I play my best game. My best ball at the end of the game. You know, I train to go harder and longer than you. And I just take that at the end of the day, bro. You gotta be ready to come play me for the whole game. I don't care what the score is, I don't care what the record is. At the end of the day, you gotta come play me the whole game. You know, I ain't met a ton of guys that's willing to do that. You know, so a bunch of them don't talk shit, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, and that speaks, I mean, like you said, no matter what the record is, I mean, we saw you, playing your ass off when you played for Orlando, and I mean, like you said earlier, I mean, 1-9 that season, and you're still out there giving it your all. So,
yeah,
don't rub it in his face in the 1-9.
Hey, we did. It was something. It's just, I just feel like it's a mentality you have to have.
Yeah,
that carries over in life. Like my head coach, bro. I love my head coach, Coach Withers, man. He was the guy that offered me at Texas State. Did a bunch of stuff that he didn't have to do for me, man. I love that guy. But he will always say, football doesn't build character, it reveals character. So you can see who somebody grass. When shit gets hard and hits the fan, you're gonna see what kind of guy you really got next to you. You know, so that's why I love the game so much, and that's in any sport. That's in anything in life. You know, like they say, pressure busts pipes or make diamonds. So you get to see when somebody's under pressure, you get to see who they really are. You know, yeah, bro.
I love it. I got some fun questions for you though.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
do. Okay. What do you think is our biggest rival on the opposite teams? Do you have one that you like? F them. We're gonna
Well,
take them down.
well, last year would have definitely been St. Louis because we lost to them 2 times and then went and beat them. But
I agree.
I think not rival, but a game I can't wait to play again. And shit, we lost to Birmingham in the biggest game of the season.
Oh,
I can't wait
Oh,
to play that game again. And shit, but I'm ready for the first game. I'm ready to get back out there. I'm ready for the first day of camp. I'm ready just to get it rolling again, man. It's been a long time. I'm ready to get back out there with the guys. It's gonna be fun to get back with some familiar faces and be around the guys, just have fun again playing ball.
yeah.
so
like that.
so how much do you take that championship game against Birmingham like into the season? I know like I'm still pissed about it. I'll go play.
Same.
I'll go play NCAA and Brahmas versus Birmingham and kick their ass. Like, and that's just we were fans in the stands watching that. How much do y'all just like just how much to leave a bad taste in your mouth? You just want to come back and just punch them in the face.
Nah, in my opinion, that game, it had nothing to do with them. We lost that game ourselves, and I believe that still to this day. Watching the tape, I watched that game like 5 times, over and over and over again, critiquing myself, being highly critical of myself. Being the player that I am and that I want to say I want to be. I should have showed up more, should have made more plays, had plays I should have made that I didn't make, and we had a bunch of guys that weren't on the same page. And in my opinion, we played the worst game of the season and the biggest game of the season.
Yes.
Tackle. We couldn't make the plays that we always have made. And we just never got anything going on both sides of the ball. So I feel like that's going to go into the season being the thing that we harp on about, bro, finishing strong. Like, finish. Like, every time I work with my kids, it's finish. We played all these damn 11 games, and we get to the 12th game of the season, and we didn't finish, because they weren't better than us. Nobody in the league was better than us. God, they weren't better than us.
They slept on us.
Yep, we gave it to them. And I just feel like that's the biggest thing that's going to go into fall camp is we're going to critique that game. And we're going to be highly critical of ourselves and just understand that we lost that game. They didn't come out there and beat us. We went out there and we didn't tackle, we didn't communicate, we didn't execute. We literally played the worst game of the season, the biggest game of the season. So that's what my focus is, to go back and just start it off right the first day of camp and then get that thing rolling and then kick it off right.
Payback season.
Yep.
Payback season. That's for sure. Well, I'm glad you put it that way. Makes me feel just a little bit better, but I'm still bitter AF.
I'm still gonna go fire up, NCAA.
Yeah. So and when I go to the away game, I will still be going proud in their faces, like, okay, maybe remember who gave you your first loss when you guys thought you were just going on a streak. You remember that. You may have won in the big game, but we stopped you.
Yep.
Period.
Yes,
okay, I got another one for you. Would you rather have a shoe or an award named after you?
Ooh. That's tough. Let me see.
Are you a shoe person?
I'm definitely not a shoe head. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, I wear the same shit, the same shoes. Hey, bro, if I'm not a workout shoes, I'm literally. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know the shoes.
You some Crocs?
The Canes, y'all know Canes footwear.
Yes.
So I'm in those Army sandals. Like, I'm not really a big shoe guy. Like, I got shoes that I haven't even worn. They be sitting in there. I only wear them when I'm out somewhere, but 9 times 10 I'm dressing up, so I'm not wearing tennis shoes. But I think, in my opinion, I definitely probably would be an award guy. My name named after an award, because there's so many shoes out there. What if they stop buying my shoes and damn, But like,
he said, then damn.
But like an award, I feel like that's handed out annually or whatever you want to call it, monthly. Whatever they do. And I think my name will just stay around, longer after I'm gone. Them shoes, shit,
Yeah.
shoes that I wore growing up, and they don't make them no more.
That's true. That's very true. I got one more good one. If you could have dinner with any three football legends, past or present, who would they be and why?
It'd be Aaron Donald, it'd be John Randall, and it'd be Reggie White.
Dang, no hesitation at all in that answer.
You didn't even have
Nice.
to think. Why? Why these guys? Do you think they all get along if y'all all had dinner together?
I think they definitely would. Because in my opinion, I feel like those three not Aaron Donald for sure. I know Aaron Donald and John Randall will get along because think about it. John Randall, he laid the foundation for guys like us. He was a 6 foot, came from Texas High. I was 16, a 6 foot undersized, really a 240-pound guy. And a lot of people understand his career, he bounced around forever, until he finally he kept his head down, he stayed persistent, and he ended up earning his job, and now he's a Hall of Famer, And come on now, Reggie White, like you can't not get along with him. The way he played the game, how violent he was, how big he was, and he came over from Canada too. Like, I feel like they just all get along just knowing like that work. And you always hear about Aaron Donald's work ethic and his drive. I feel like when you get, like I always tell my kids that I work with, the best people in the world at anything, they all had one thing in common, and that's the work ethic. Like, there's nobody that's successful on this earth that doesn't have that drive or that work ethic or that is great. And so I feel like those three have that, and that's why they probably be able to sit there and talk all day long. But man, yeah, those are the three guys that I can sit there, and those are guys I've studied, that I've watched the videos over and over again, being a kid in high school, trying to create myself, and like, man, I can't wait, bro. Man, it's just those are the guys, and now it's my time. Those are guys I looked up to, and for it to be my time and to chase this dream is crazy, like full circle.
Heck yeah.
All right. So I got a fun question for you. I just thought of it.
Let's see.
Sack, fumble recovery, or interception? What would you rather get?
Sack any day of the week.
Sack,
man, sack. All right. And then they'll pay me for interception. I ain't a DB.
Heck yeah. Okay, I got one more. It's not even a question. Well, yeah. What do you think Coach is asking for?
Big Way, what did he say on Twitter? He said the championship.
Is that what he's asking for? Championship for next year?
He asking for.
Man, he don't need to ask Santa for that. We're already gonna get it. So
yeah, for sure.
Coach, you know what? All I gotta say, I'm waiting for Coach and his wife to adopt me because never in my life did I think I'd be hanging out with Coach and just having nonchalant conversations and laughs with Wade Phillips and his sisters. And all his sisters. All his sisters were showing up to tailgate, and we're all friends. It's so crazy just being a Cowboys fan. Like, oh my God, it's Coach.
He's
Coach.
He's probably like, I tripped out when I got up there. Knowing like his age, and I told him, I joked around with him. I'm like, bro, you're the happiest old guy I've ever met in my life.
He is.
He was like, I said, bro, I wish I'm that happy when I get that old. And he said, you can be. He told me, he said, happiness is a choice. Remember that. And then I was like,
he's so good.
I love Wade, bro. That's my dog, man.
He is like, even just the way he coaches. Like when we saw him during the season, like when they highlighted him, like getting after a player, and it was the way he talks to you guys. Like, are you trying to be selfish? Is that good for the team? Like, it's just a whole different attitude that he gives you guys. Even beforehand, we got to do a little 5-minute segment with Coach, and we asked him like, what was he looking forward to, and what he looking forward to as far as the players. And he talked about not about the football aspect, but about you guys becoming men and how he can help be a part of that, help continue growing you guys as men and understanding just the world in general. So he's just a good dude. A good old dude.
Definitely.
And Wade, we trust.
Yeah. Like you say, he's definitely a great guy, man. It's a lot of big things I took from him this year. That started trying to carry over into my life, because, like, in my opinion, wisdom is knowledge plus experience. For him to have lived and also have know a lot, that's wisdom. For me to sit back and to get where I want to go and not take it. It's dumb. He has a successful marriage with his wife. Beautiful family, beautiful career. So it's like, bro, like that's the goal. For all of us, and for him to still be that happy and live the life that he want, and both them be on the same page and see how happy she is all the time. It's like, bro, what else in life do you want? So
Yeah.
bro, I love Coach Wade, man.
All right, so
Well,
I think we'd be remiss if we our co-host DJ is not here, but we got to ask the question that he always has.
This will be our last for you.
What are your 3 favorite places to eat? I know you're in Cuero, so there's not a whole lot to choose from. I mean, there's a couple good barbecue places, but if you're in San Antonio or something or whatever, just like 3 places I have to eat.
Man, it's crazy, bro. I ain't really even explored San Antonio like that for real. Like growing up, kind of like, wasn't breaded up like that. We ain't have a ton of money. Like when you went for what you was going there for. You came back to the crib. Like you feel me? You might have ate before, or you got something on the way. So I really ain't really explored a bunch of places in San Antonio, but I know for sure lived in San Marcos, and I know we love a place called Kobe's. Yeah, ate at Kobe's before?
Kobe's? No.
Kobe's. So Kobe's is a unlimited like sushi thing. And I was not a sushi fan, bro, until I got to college and then ate there. And then I heard you say Herbert's. We loved Herbert's. We ate there all the time, bro. So those would probably be my top 2. Like you saying, Cuero, it ain't really shit here to be eating. But
is the barbecue station still around?
No,
the one right there by the train tracks.
Yeah, no, it's the Pecan House now. It's
really?
Dang.
Well, I told you it was about 20 years ago when I was working there. So, but we used to actually go eat there a lot.
Yeah, so it recently closed down, not too crazy long ago. Yeah, so but I probably third would probably be I love my guy. Give him a shout out, Randy Signs. I think he does great with his business. Love everything he's about, love everything he preaches. Place called the Munster Burger. And literally all types of food. And I'm a horror guy. Like favorite holiday is Halloween, and his whole entire restaurant is horror themes like galore. Everything, every type of film, everything you can think of, it's in that damn building, and it's everywhere. But
that's cool.
Top 3 places to eat at.
And is that so? That one is that in San Marcos too?
That's in Cuero. It's in Cuero.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Right next to Whataburger. So y'all ever driving through Cuero? Y'all want somewhere to eat, some great food, a variety of food, go to Munster Burger, man. I love Munster Burger. We just ate there this past week. Me and my fiance.
Oh, nice. Next time I go through there, I might have to stop by.
I do suggest Halloween as a wedding date. I got married on Halloween because it's one of my favorite holidays. Yep. 10/31.
I got married on Star Wars Day, so.
Nerd alert. Well, Savion, I appreciate you so much. We appreciate you so much just for coming on here and just chatting it up with us. Just nothing, just laid back conversation, getting to know you a little bit better. I do want to shout out that tomorrow you will be at La Cantera they're going to have the same meet and greet as past weekend. Our front office will be out there from 2 to 5, but you can go out and say hi to Savion, get his signature, take some pictures. More than likely, they'll have the championship trophy will be out there, but you guys will be out there from 3 to 4. And you can find the Brahma tree. It's literally right. You park close to PF Chang's, you'll be able to find through that entrance, and it's bam right there. You cannot miss it. So definitely go check them out tomorrow. Say hi. Take your people that don't know anything about the Brahmas. You can sign up to become a fan, and they give away merch. So you can get a shirt. You can get your season tickets. So hit up James and whatever ticket guys are out there. Get your season tickets. Because you don't want to miss it.
Bring a toy to donate.
Bring a toy, yeah. For Avance.
Bring a toy, you get some merch as well. So
free Brahma's gift also. So several ways to get it, but the best way is to help the toy drive. So bring an unwrapped toy. You'll also get the merch as well. But anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Man, I appreciate you having me on. Definitely was a fun podcast. Thank y'all.
Good.
Thank y'all, man. It's fun. It's probably the longest one ever done. So you know I was having fun. Shit.
I know. I was looking at the time. I was like, "Oh, dang!"
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us. Just yeah, like you said, man. This was a blast.
Yeah.
You've been great to talk to, man.
So
Look forward to
it's our season.
Hopefully see you tomorrow. Look forward to next season, man. Just get out there, kick ass on the field. Let's bring that championship home, man.
We'll do.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. See you, bud.
All right. Well, we did it. We did it, BG. My God. We did it without all the other people. Look.
Right. That's right.
Texas.
We don't need those
Talking
guys.
Friday. Texas Talking Friday today with 2-0
Brahma's Talking Friday.
Yeah, Brahma's Talking Friday. So again, we appreciate Savion for coming on. Again, y'all go out tomorrow if you have some free time. Don't forget to swing by the meet and greet 3 to 4 o'clock at La Cantera. Bring a toy, sign up for the club, get your season tickets. We have 4 games this season, I know, but this will be the cheapest season. So if you've ever wanted or thought about doing it, the schedule is coming out. They said next week. So
they said the 29th and the 31st. So I think the
that's
NFL
next week.
Yeah,
Sunday,
the NFL
Monday.
The college football game on the 31st. So I'm guessing they're going to release half and half. But
hey, as long as I can start planning some away games, because look, last season planning on like a week or two prior was way crazy. So if I have the dates now and you guys ever wanted to travel with the Bulls on Tour Brahma fans, there's no experience like it. It's definitely a bonding.
You think we're crazy on here or at the tailgate? Just wait till we're all out of town hanging out together.
Yeah, when you're stuck in a van or a Sprinter for 14 hours driving to St. Louis with 11 people, you learn a lot about people.
Right. Matt, we're 98 days away from the start of the season.
98 days.
98 days, less than 100 days away. Oh my God, dude. It's I'm so looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm ready. I am ready. But with that, I mean, we ain't got no bills to pay, so
nope.
Look, this is what. So I will say this as an announcement. We will have one more show before the end of the year. Should I announce our next guest, or should I make them wait? I mean, yeah,
we can.
Okay,
we can.
I mean, y'all should be prepared because I'm a defense girl, so I hit up my defense people. Savion today. Next Friday, we're gonna have Jordan Williams on, hanging out with us. So we're going to be another Friday show. So look out for that. It'll be our last show of the year. You don't want to miss that one either. So you'll see promotion and stuff on socials. But other than that, later on, sometime this afternoon or tonight, I will also tag all of the stuff for Savion and his business. So you guys can make sure you hit it up, like it, support it, spread the word. But other than that, that's all I got, BD.
That's it, man. We appreciate everybody chatting and joining us, and this is a fun show, man. Savion was.
Period. We don't need the rest. Kick them out. I'm just kidding, but horse forward, guys. We'll see you next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.